This review is a re-upload because of false copyright claims on the original video. It was filmed pre-COVID, so provides a nice glimpse back into the golden era of air travel. Enjoy.
It's time to fly again. I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm in Tokyo, Narita, and I'm about to fly to Zurich on Swiss Air's A340 aircraft. I haven't flown this type of aircraft for a long time, that's why I'm looking forward to it. What I'm looking forward to even more is I'm going to be sitting right at the pointy end in first class. I'm experiencing some very nice Swiss hospitality. Let's do it together and we'll see how Swiss first class compares to some of the other carriers out there. Let's go.
We naturally went to the main Swiss Air counter to check in. Once the formalities were complete, we were given a private escort to security. On the way, she showed us a dedicated first-class check-in area for Swiss and ANA guests at Narita. This is called Counter Z, or for those so inclined, Counter Z. Ohayou gozaimasu. Once through the exclusive first-class security and immigration facilities, our private escort led us straight through to the ANA first-class lounge. Ohayou gozaimasu. The lounge was everything you'd expect from a Japanese first-class lounge. Calm, soothing, incredible food options, and faultless service. There were also some great views of the airport. Nice place. Thank you. Have a nice day.
The seat is 1A and 2A, right? Thank you so much. Hi, お願いします。1A, 2A.
1A, 2A.
Yes.
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
Balik. There we go.
Dankeschön.
Bitteschön.
Warm nuts, a glass of French champagne, and a very retro cabin. Cheers. Here's to a great flight. As we left Tokyo, we got a great view of Mount Fuji sticking up out of the clouds. It was a really nice way to say farewell to Japan. If you haven't been to Japan yet, I highly recommend it. It's an amazing country and well worth a visit. Swiss has 5 of these old A340 aircraft, each featuring a rather retro-looking first-class cabin. There were plans to upgrade them to the new Swiss first-class seats featured on the 777, but this has been delayed. So on today's flight we were taking a step back in time to when flying first class was as much about being on show as it was about luxury. Therefore, whilst this cabin has lots of space, there was certainly no privacy. The first class cabin was laid out in a 1-2-1 configuration with just 8 seats across 2 rows. By contrast, the much larger business class cabin is laid out in either a 2-2-1 or a 1-2-1 configuration depending on the row. Economy class was even tighter, with a 2-4-2 configuration and a pretty full cabin. Being older, these seats did look pretty well padded though. That said, I was definitely travelling in the best seats in the house on this flight. And I consider myself very lucky, and I am eternally grateful that I'm able to experience this first class luxury. The seats themselves were very comfortable, Large plush armchairs with plenty of width and legroom. The seats were adjustable in every way possible, and even the ottoman could be moved forward. Being older, these seats didn't come with many electronic bells and whistles. The light had just one setting, and there was no USB port, and the universal power point on both seats 1A and 2A were not working. And talking of old and retro, check out the activation of the entertainment screen. That's enough power to knock out a small child. These seats also featured the largest tray table in the sky, dating back to the days of solid timber. To give you an idea of its size, this is a full-size broadsheet newspaper. The size of the table and the ottoman means that you're able to dine with your travelling companion.
Flying first class means guaranteed pyjamas, and regular viewers will know that I love a good pair of in-flight pyjamas. They keep your clothes crease free and they make for a much more comfortable flight. So let's have a look at the Swiss first class pyjamas. Here we go. So the Swiss pyjama are a very comfortable dark blue ensemble with some little red features and very comfortable slippers. I think this is going to be a very comfortable flight.
Now that I was comfortable, it was time to indulge in the first class service, which on this flight could not be faulted. I show the menus and drink list in full at the end of the video. First up, it was time for a drink from the bar. In this case, a very special boutique Swiss Alpine gin with tonic. Accompanying this was a prawn with orange salsa. Then it was time for lunch. Entrees were served old style from the trolley, which was a nice touch. I went with the Swiss selection. The Balik salmon was divine. This and the air-dried meat is flown in especially from Switzerland. Upon recommendation from the crew, I also had the Japanese entree, which was a work of art. My banquet then continued with a delicious bowl of lentil and smoked eel soup and a very tasty seasonal salad. By contrast, the main course, salmon with veggies, was not as good. Whilst the plate was very colourful, the fish was a little bit dry. This did mean that I had some room left for cheese though, which again was served from the trolley. There were 5 special Swiss cheeses on offer, so I tried them all, and I accompanied them with some very traditional Swiss pear bread, which was incredible. Understandably, after all of this, there was no room for dessert. That said, I did have enough space for an espresso and some of those wonderful Swiss chocolates. After lunch, the tray table proved to be an excellent surface to spread out and get some work done. The ottoman also provides a good seat for travelling companions, so my brother and I were able to discuss some work in comfort. With the work done, it was time to sit back and relax with the old-style entertainment system. The selections were not huge, and the system was created well before touch screens were invented. That said, I found some escapism in the form of a documentary on the exploits of Ethan Hunt. In addition to the comfy PJs, first-class passengers are provided with a well-stocked amenities kit with enough potions and lotions to make even the oldest face look new. Eventually, it was time for a nap.
Of course, the seat turns into a fully flat bed. Swiss provide a mattress cover, an oversized quilt, and a nice big fluffy pillow. So it's time to have a sleep. Good night.
I had a couple of hours sleep, then woke up to do some more work and enjoy a cup of Moroccan mint tea. Before our arrival in Zurich, another lighter meal was served. I went with a grilled cheese sandwich, which was absolutely delicious, and followed this with some healthy fresh fruit.
Ladies and gentlemen, your captain speaking. I hope you enjoy the flight with us, also found some rest. In the meantime, we are over Germany, we are approaching Nuremberg. And we'll start our descent in a few minutes, landing expected in about 40 minutes. And the latest weather report of Zurich is good. It's cloudy, light winds, with a temperature of 11 degrees Celsius. So I thank you for choosing Swiss for your journey, and I wish you a very pleasant evening in Switzerland, or a good continuation of your journey.
The whole crew would like to say goodbye too. Thank you very much for flying Swiss International Airlines. We all wish you could stay here in Zurich, a good continuation of your journey, and have a wonderful weekend.
So that was Swiss first class, sensational. Dankeschön. Thank you, that was a fantastic flight. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
As we disembarked, all first-class passengers were met and taken straight down to a private minibus. Here, our onward arrangements were confirmed, and as we were transferring to a Cairo flight, we were taken straight to the back private entrance of immigration and the first-class lounge.
So that's been the total Swiss Air experience. It's been absolutely fantastic. Really enjoyed that. Whilst I had a bit of initial disappointment that it wasn't one of the upgraded aircraft and the new Swiss Air first-class product, I actually really enjoyed the old A340 retro style of that cabin. That tray table, fantastic. The seat really comfortable, but what really made this flight was the in-flight service. The cabin crew, both of the attendants we had in first class, were really lovely. Couldn't do enough for us and really made the flight enjoyable. They were lots of fun. So if you're watching, ladies, thank you very much. Dankeschön. And then the service on arrival here in Zurich was really nice, with the private transfer through to the terminal, the back entrance through into this first class lounge. It's overall been a really nice experience. So I'd highly recommend Swiss, and especially in their first class. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. If you haven't done so yet, please do check out my channel. There's a whole lot of other flight reviews on there in first, business and economy class, and there's a lot more on the way. If you haven't done so, please do subscribe. In the meantime, as always, happy travels.